What is going on, you goofy goobers? I'm Joe Donahue. Welcome to the penultimate round of the 2016 IRA Clean Coal Endurance Series. 12 cars, 14 minutes, Daytona Road Course. I am joined by two guests in the booth. As usual, we've got Fat Mouse.
Hi.
And for the first time joining me on the channel, I believe, first time on the channel, first time in the series, Jacob Cummings.
Hello.
So, what we're going to do first here is we're going to go through our starting lineup really quick so we can get that over with and do things. So, on the pole, he is from Puerto Rico, Florida, whatever you want to call it, Perez.
Oshiba.
We've gone the wrong way, but Byler Cogs will start second. Starting third in a new scheme, as well as his teammate Brandon Burt in the 5.
Perez.
Pames Gyrark will start fourth in the Visit Florida car.
Florida.
Starting in 5th, Ram Guiley.
Ram.
Starting 6th, it's David Dan.
Also Milk David.
Starting on the pole in the Prototype Challenge class, it's Amy Ashley.
That's Race News is on there.
Starting in second in class, the Black Beauty, it's Zach Danford.
She's a beauty.
Starting in third for 47 Race Tech, it's Shaden Eppard.
Gosh, Joe sucks.
Sorry, I messed up.
Red.
In fourth, Jacob Jummings.
Martini.
Starting 5th, it's Pat Muck.
Yeah, Speedway.
And rounding him out, Putty Bully.
Do you shine?
So, Jacob, we got 2 classes, we got 12 cars. We got a championship coming down to the wire. What are you expecting to see out of these drivers as they close in on the championship completion?
Oh, it's going to be a crazy one today. Looking at those Corvettes of Kyler Boggs and Brandon Burt, they're going to be making a good run here. Probably you might see one in Victory Lane.
Yeah, the Action Express team has been doing very well. They have some new skins today to bring to the line as we get set and ready. Fat Mouse, call it!
Here they come. They're gonna come through the tri-oval. Here we go. Green flag is out, and we are racing at Daytona.
Let's go racing, you bunch of sunshines.
Here comes Muscle Milk David on the inside, making it 3 wide.
David Land
Also milking his way to the lead.
from 6th to 2nd like that. No trouble. Kyler Boggs blowing off into the distance now, though.
That Le Mans prototype can actually get something going for him here late in the season.
That
Defending
car,
champion.
hey, it's the lightest car in its class, and you know that's going to play into effect for him,
Definitely down the straightaways.
acceleration-wise, at least. Once we get towards the end. But hey, let's check in on the Prototype Challenge start. Jacob Cummings blew up into the prototype area for the time being, at least. He's right behind Brandon Burt.
And up there with him.
He is
Who's behind him?
going to lose time now, but there is the rest of Prototype Challenge. Amy Ashley in 2nd, Eden Shepard in 3rd. We're going to pretend that never happened. Oh no! Oh no! That was not something I expected. Wow! David Land lost a lot of stuff.
Did he just flip through the air?
I don't know. I can't rewind, so I can't look at what happened. But what?
Wow.
Graham
He's
Riley's got
tons
damage.
of damage.
I thought he flipped for a second. I was confused on what happened.
The 2 Nissan power plants are going to have to come down and get repairs. Now, there is no pit stop strategy to this race, so that pretty much does it for those 2. As we're looking at the Prototype Challenge field, because you click buttons and they do things you don't want them to. But Graham and David are in trouble. What happened here? What do you think, Jacob?
I think David Land just got a little loose going into the bus stop, and then, you know, had some damage, got into some cars. Now he's on pit road.
Indeed.
Play.
So that means the Chevrolets are 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. By default.
Don't think they'll have much trouble staying with that as well.
No, I doubt it.
What a turn of events here.
Especially with Massimo David having a tough day right now. Thought he was gonna have a good day.
Yeah, I mean, he really got a good start and had a good beginning. Is always a good way to get to the line first, but it didn't.
Good to come into the line of the first lap all in one piece as well.
That is true.
Seems like Kyler Boggs is getting out to a very comfortable lead now.
As usual.
Yeah, Kyler's going to get up there, but keep in mind what happens when you have a huge lead.
Might
Does
blow
shrink
it.
over time.
Yeah. And Ian Perez right there to try to take his 3rd win of the season, maybe. He did not win here in Florida last time.
Ooh, here comes Pames Gyrock right behind him.
So, yeah, the Florida racing car following a Floridian.
Floridian.
Could we see a move going into turn 1?
Let's see. Here he goes.
Oh, there
Comes
we go.
Ian.
Here he goes.
Goes to
Nope,
the
Ian's
inside.
going to cut him off. No, James isn't going to give him the room.
Ooh,
He's
but
gonna
that's
have-
gonna be good for Pyrock, maybe? No,
No,
he's
he
gonna
didn't
back
get it
off.
that
Doesn't have
time.
enough
I
momentum.
think he might have backed off as well.
But here he goes again. He's going to try it one more
He
time.
is all
Contact.
Ooh, is it
Contact. And he is...
He won't clear him yet.
Is he through?
But that's giving
Awesome.
Brandon Burt
No.
the amount of time he needed.
Yeah,
'Cause he's
Brandon Burt
front.
caught up all the time he needed on Ian Perez right there, but
And
James
Kyler
finally
Boggs
pulled it.
doesn't look like he actually pulled that far ahead. I could be wrong, but it didn't look like he was too far ahead. Never mind, he was.
you know, Kyler's not that far behind. There goes Brandon Burt, by the way, also.
There goes Brandon.
Following through past Ian Perez. Ian Perez drops
Ian
to
Perez
4th.
has some damage because he just dropped back. He had
That
a
might be a
nice,
factor.
nice controlled distance between those two cars, and then they just came right up behind him.
Yeah. So now they're going to probably work together here, these two, to get up to 2nd and 1st.
They definitely should not be fighting against each other.
No. Checking in on Prototype Challenge, Jacob Cummings still with a pretty sufficient lead as we see these two come out of the inner loop, and we got these guys coming in. And gal. Buddy
Amy
Rope
Ashton
Field
is
in
catching.
second.
Jacob Cummings just a little
Black
by little.
Hoodie looks like it's making a pass on Buddy Pulley, or Buddy Pulley's making a pass on it.
Buddy Pulley tried to make a pass on Danford. It didn't work, as you can
Now,
see.
did David Land get back on
Or,
track?
wait a minute. Yes, it did work.
Yeah,
He got that.
yeah, he came on his inside.
He did get through. David and Graham are on track, yes. Brandon Burt and Ian Perez going at it once more.
Indeed. This is definitely exactly what James Pyrock and Kyler Boggs want to see at this point.
Definitely.
I mean, he is right there. The move can happen anytime.
We might make it here? No.
He was thinking about it. Going in that corner.
Definitely was.
He'll lose a little bit of time coming into turns 1 and 2. Or NASCAR turns 1 and 2.
Yes.
This car turns 1 and 2 there. Ian Perez seems like he gets a good, or actually loses time down the straightaway, it seems. Oh, well, never
Oh, here we go.
disregard that.
He's going to prove you wrong here as he tries to
Yeah,
get
he
on the
is.
inside of Brandon Burt.
Don't
Going
think
into
he
the inner
will
loop,
there.
Didn't
but
get
he
it.
will not be there.
That's where James caught him when he made his pass, so.
Going into NASCAR's turns 3 and 4 now for those guys.
Mhm. Here are 47 Race Tech going at it. Buddy Pulley still trying to hold off that Black Beauty.
Passed him, but he cannot pull away from him.
Indeed. Now, you may be wondering why I refer to this car as the Black Beauty. Well, the skin on the car in R Factor did not show up on it physically. And the Black Beauty name is a reference to the car that pops up on the screen now, A1GP Team New Zealand. They called that car the Black Beauty, naturally. I mean, you can see it's all black. And so,
That's a beauty.
we're going to call it that for the day as he tries to take it down the inside of Buddy Pulley.
Ooh, Buddy got a great run through there.
On the outside, Buddy Pulley holds his momentum and ground on Zach Danford. We're going to see where Tuck is. He's right there, not too far ahead.
Seems like a pretty disappointing run for those 47 Race Tech prototypes.
Well, Matt Tuck is coming off of 3 wins in 4 races, so I'm sure a 4th place finish is not what he wanted, but nonetheless, the two of them still in the championship running, although, you know, with this being the second to last race, that might change. We'll have to see.
It's definitely a big day on championship implications.
Mm-hmm.
You can see how it all plays out.
Major championship implications.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And we did have some problems in the early going of this race.
Yes, we did.
Problems.
Rick
Problems.
Allen, where are you?
Problems.
I'm now crowned the official Rick Allen of the race.
Yes.
And looks like Jacob Cummings is losing his lead a little bit.
Yeah, Amy actually starting to catch up. Check in on the 2 Nissan power plants, Riley, Land. Ooh, Pyrarch might be our... No, Kyler Boggs lapped David Land. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh,
I think Kyler Boggs has this race in the bag if he doesn't screw up.
He's got a buffer of David Land in between him and Pyrarch, but Pyrarch's going to try his best to catch up. We're within 5 minutes of the finish, so it's starting to become crunch time for Pyrarch.
Indeed it is. Going to be interesting to see if Pyrarch can't catch up to him.
He's going to
Just
have to
seems
get
that
around
the,
David Land quickly here.
Yeah, he
His
really
Corvettes
does.
are dominant today.
Yeah, but that was kind of by default with an incident between David and Graham. Here goes James. Maybe no. Not going to do it this time. Yep, there he goes. Okay.
And this is giving Kyler Boggs an even bigger lead as these two fight for position.
Yeah, almost a 3-second lead as we speak.
Yeah, he is gaining, but James has a clear road ahead of him to catch up at this point, so we'll see how he cuts into... At the next timing loop, we'll see the difference and how much it cuts into Kyler Boggs' lead.
If he does, if he is able to catch him, this will be a very exciting finish.
Mm-hmm.
James Pyrarch has been close every race. It seems like we're always talking about him up at the front.
Yes, he has been consistent, and he is gaining. He did not gain a lot of time, but he did gain some time on Kyler, but I'm sure the infield portion is going to be where he gains the most time.
Yeah, that's where you normally gain all the time that you really need. Down the straightaways, it's normally just crapshoot to how well you can just get into the next corners and how well you got off of the last corner.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely is gaining, ever so slightly. I mean, 1/10 of a second each sector of the track.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like Cummings is getting away from Ashley here.
The answer to that is slightly, very slightly, he is holding on. We'll
It's
actually
still less than 1 second of a difference.
It is, and here it is, actually.
Yeah.
It's a lot closer from that angle.
Yeah,
So
it
maybe
definitely
score.
looks a lot closer from this angle.
Final seconds or minutes of the race will count for this prototype challenge class.
Yes, Amy Ashley has made up her ground and within striking distance of Jacob Cummings.
Timestamp on the race right now?
Cummings just needs to hit his marks and he could come home a winner.
There is the answer to your question, Matt Faust.
So we're probably up
Got a-
like a lap and 3/4 left.
Well, let's see. I'm thinking we might maybe get 2. We'll have to see what... Wow, Kyler Boggs lost his lead. We'll have to
Yeah, he
see
did.
what it's looking like when they come past the stripe. Yeah, Kyler lost his lead a good bit. Here comes
Yeah, he did.
Pyrarch.
This is going to be a really good race for the finish here.
Here we go. Here comes Kyler. Off
Here,
turn 4.
let's go on board.
Here comes off of NASCAR turn 4. It looks like Pyrock is catching him a little bit. Oh, he's catching him a lot.
Yeah, he is.
The trioval. There might be a pass in turn 1. Not this time.
He's gonna get
Looks
there.
like Boggs does close the door on him. Here we go. It's a pass for the lead.
Contact,
We'll
contact.
get it. Contact. And Pyrock moves in the lead.
Blah, 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 blah.
Ira.
There he goes. New leader!
Well, this is a sudden turn.
Wow, well,
of
there went a
events here.
2-second lead.
He cut into that quickly. Now let's go check back in with Prototype Challenge. Yes, this is going to be the
Oh,
last
this
lap,
is-
I bet.
It's definitely going to be
This
the
is
last
close.
lap. Amy Ashley all up on the rear bumper of Jacob Cummings.
Could we see some new winners today?
Well, Jacob Cummings has won he won this season. Pyrock has not. Amy Ashley has not. If she can get around Jacob, she will win her first race of the season.
Well, it looks like Pyrock is getting away from Boggs.
Oh, yes. And in fact, Brandon Burt is, I don't think he's within striking distance, but he is, that's about a dead even distance between all 5 of the cars in the picture right now.
Definitely.
Sad race for David Land. He was trying his hardest today.
Yes, he was. So coming out of NASCAR 3 and 4, the timing is up. James Pyrock coming to get the checkered flag for the first time this season at the point. The win is going to go to the Homeboys Visit Florida Racing. James Pyrock here at Daytona.
Woohoo!
Now,
Great
Dave
race.
Keep the lead. That's the main question.
Let's
Here's
see.
he did, but Amy Ashley's right there.
There
Can he
is your
make 2
Prototype
wins?
Challenge race.
Will we see
Right.
a good finish?
Oh my gosh.
Amy Ashley is there.
Is she gonna try to pass here?
Doesn't
No.
look like
Fine.
it.
It won't work, and Cummings will come across the line and win Prototype Challenge.
Very close race to the line with all the duos of Prototype Challenge by the looks
Yeah.
of it. But
Wow.
for the win, Jacob Cummings holds on in Prototype Challenge. And as for James Pyrock, he got himself his first win of the season as well. So, with that, what we're going to do, we're going to cut out, wait for these cars to get into the pit lane. Drivers can get out, get some fluids in them, cool down, let the cars cool down, and we will go through our final standings from there. All right, ladies and germs, James Pyrock, I said it was his first win. I was not looking at my piece of paper I have here. He actually did win at Kailami last time. It's been a little while since we recorded, so yeah. It's the same kind of idea with David Land's IRA IndyCar World Series, except it's a little bit less acceptable because it's a shorter time frame. Nevertheless, Pyrock in first today. Kyler Boggs will get second. Brandon Burt, he's continuing to do stuff on the track, but he is third. Perez fourth. And fifth place in class for Prototype is Graham Riley. Then we have David Land. Prototype Challenge, we have an interview with our race winner, Jacob Cummings. He's over there with Fat Mouse.
Woo! Thank you, Joe. I'm here with Jacob Cummings. Got his his first win in Prototype Challenge in Clean Coal, I believe, as a whole.
That
So
is
Jacob,
not.
okay, I'm sorry. Moving on, Jacob Cummings, how's it feel to get your first win of this season?
Actually, it feels pretty good. Holding off Amy Ashley there at the end. I mean, I didn't want to make any mistakes, but she was putting the pressure on.
Definitely was putting the pressure on. Just take me through that last lap. How hard was it trying to keep her behind you?
I mean, you just got to hit your marks going into the bus stop and getting through the infield. A little challenging coming to the line because you didn't know if she was going to make a move either side. So I had to estimate if she was, and she didn't, luckily.
Some of the best insight from one of the best in the business. Back to you, Joe.
Right on. So Jacob Cummings will get that win. He will get those championship points. Amy Ashley will get second place. She has tied her best effort. I think she got second last time even, but that's I don't know. Aiden Shepard will round out the top 3 for 47 Race Tech. Matt Tuck, championship leader, gets 4th. We'll have to look at that. I have no clue where he is in the point standings. Buddy Pulley in 5th. I understand we also have Buddy Pulley on hand with Matt Faust down there.
Yeah, we got Buddy Pulley here. Buddy, what'd you take on today's race? Did I win? No, you didn't. I don't care. Alright, well, definitely a frustrated Buddy Pulley day. Back up to you, Joe.
Oh, Buddy Pulley. Yeah. And Zach Danford's still out on track. The Black Beauty continues to rain on. Yeah! I don't know. Yeah, he gets 6th today.
Okay, Joe.
Sorry. Tough break for IRA Motorsports. They've been struggling this season. But nonetheless, thanks for watching, tuning in, caring. It's been a blast to have both Matt and Jacob on for today's broadcast.
Bye.
Subscribe to Joe Donahue if you haven't already.
If you want to, you can also go check the description for these 2 Goofy Goobers and the Substop Endurance Series race from here with the GT cars. That is all for today. Next week, it will be championship weekend at the Glen. Be sure to tune in. I think we're going to even be putting qualifying up for you to check out. And until we see you at the Glen, I'm Joe Donahue.
I'm Matt Faust.
I'm Jacob Cummings.
And this has been Race 5 of the 2016 IRA Clean Coal Endurance Series. We'll see you in New York.